Hello friends, my name is Shreya Chaudhary. Today my topic is antimycobacterial therapy. What do you mean by antimycobacterial therapy? It is a therapy to treat mycobacterial infection. So let us know what is mycobacterial infection. It is a group of multi-system infection caused by members of family Mycobacteriaceae. This therapy can treat different diseases caused by different mycobacteria like Mycobacterium tuberculosis and Mycobacterium leprae. This therapy includes different types of drugs to treat disease. So now next, let us learn what is tuberculosis. It is a potentially serious infectious bacterial disease that mainly affects the lungs. Now let's understand why the treatment of TB is so difficult. Mycobacterium tuberculosis is a slow-growing and acid-fast bacillus. It is also important to control the spread of this disease because it is contagious disease and Mycobacterium is slowly growing and remains in the body for long duration and even for years. When the person is infected, he have to completely eliminate the pathogen, otherwise symptom may become less intense with first line therapy drugs. But when the immune system of patient will lower, then the pathogen will remain in the dormant form. It may start multiplying and patient may suffer from again infection. Therefore, it is said that the treatment of tuberculosis is so difficult. Which are the three sites of infection where Mycobacterium tuberculosis infect? First one is apical area of lungs. Apical area means at the top portion of the lungs. Second one, growing end of the bones. And third one is renal parenchyma. Renal parenchyma are the functional part of kidney that includes renal cortex and renal medulla. These are the area where mycobacterial infection happens. Let's have some information about mycobacteria. Mycobacteria are intrinsically resistant to most antibiotics. Why? As we have earlier studied, mycobacteria are slow growing as compared with other bacteria. So antibiotics are most active against growing cells. Lipid-rich mycobacterial cell wall is impermeable to many agents. So for this, drug has to have good lipophilicity so it can pass through the mycobacterial cell wall. Intracellular pathogen. The hurdle in this is that mycobacterial agent have to pass through mycobacterial cell wall. In short, mycobacteria reside in human cells. The drug will first have to pass through human cell membrane, reach into cytosol, then find the mycobacteria, then pass through the cell wall of mycobacteria and reach into the cytosol of mycobacteria and then produce its action. That is why all antimicrobial drugs are not effective. Only special class of drugs are effective. Let's understand the treatment of TB. Prevent development of drug resistance. Period of treatment should be minimum 6 months. It is important to use combination drug therapy to treat the TB because while using combination drug therapy, the treatment of period is reduced. Drug used for the treatment of TB is classified into two groups, first line therapy drug and second line therapy drug. So what is the main difference between first line therapy drug and second line therapy? The first line therapy drug is high efficacy against mycobacteria. It is very effective against mycobacteria and it also has low toxicity. Whereas second line, it has efficacy, means it has less efficacy than the first line therapy and it is less compared to first line, as well as it has increased toxicity too. Let's see anti-tubercular drug based on site of action. First, inhibit cell wall synthesis. Drugs are isoniazid, thioamide, cycloserine. They are inhibiting myeloic acid. Myeloic acid which are responsible for giving rigidity to cell wall. Second is inhibiting DNA synthesis and protein synthesis. Para-amino salicylic acid which inhibit DNA precursor, which is directly related to inhibition of folic acid which ultimately inhibit DNA synthesis. Then fluoroquinolines, which inhibit DNA gyrase. Protein synthesis inhibitors. Drugs include aminoglycoside, cyclic peptidase. These are the drugs which inhibit ribosome and protein synthesis. Next is rifampin, which inhibit RNA synthesis. Inhibition of RNA synthesis means inhibiting RNA-dependent RNA polymerase, which ultimately inhibit protein as well as DNA synthesis. Thank you.